We're live, we're live. Staying alive, staying alive. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Staying alive. Okay. Just gonna leave it as is. Good morning, good morning. Always look for timestamps. Okay. All right, we have some things to discuss. I was thinking about wearing this sweater today for lunch, but I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no. I'm not gonna wear that one. I'm not gonna do it. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Oh my gosh, I know. It's so exciting. Oh, that was a struggle. Good morning, are you? You work till 2. All right. That's not so bad though. That's not so bad for a Saturday, right? Could be worse. I thought my back would be like rocking today. I just took the other sweater off because it was driving me fucking bananas with my neck. I feel like I'm gagging. Like it's the weirdest feeling. So I'm gonna do a V-neck. So I don't know if you feel like you're suffocating or if somebody feels like they're suffocating. Talking bodies. Actually, that's not a V-neck. I was just about to do the same thing. All right. All right. This is better. I really felt like I still feel it. So it's whatever's happening. I thought it was just me for a minute. No, it's not. It's not just me. How is everybody? I want to discuss some things. There's a lot going on with the thanks with the transits. I didn't even know what initially I was even going to name this video. how I even want to read the cards. I'm totally like, maybe we should just read like this today. And that way I can't see you. You guys can't see me. I don't even know whose sunglasses these are. What do they call this? Like the cat eye? The cat eye look? Or is it just the color? I can't see. So maybe someone can't see something. I felt like I was suffocating. I think this has to do with karma. Well, yeah, but I don't think it's the world thing going on. Which is about like wet hair, so it's like nappy. Again, I didn't even know what I was going to name this video. Okay. I literally wrote like so many things down, like when the messages kept coming. So I went with the shift between the South Node and the North Node. I don't know exactly how I framed it. I don't know exactly how I framed it. So I can add that to my list because somebody's probably being framed. So I'm just going to touch base with you guys for a second. Hello. Oh my gosh, I know. It's so bittersweet. I got Kaden left. It's so exciting. Oh, I'm so sorry that happened, Mary. It is trust nobody because we're shifting. This is kind of like an important conversation versus just the cards being read. And I don't know why I moved this book, so there must be some type of energy coming from the cards that's needed. And I just heard talking bodies. You got the perfect one, so put it on me. On and on and on. My mom's hanging in there. I know that was the next question. She just went today to get some scans, so she'll be back in a couple hours. It's always a little scary and a little intimidating. Graduation went well. There was a rain delay. It was outdoors. I can see the shift in all my children. I can see the shift within the family environment and friends more than I can the ascension. But this is all part of it because this ending that's coming in, a lot of people think it has to do with general for right now. Yeah. A lot of people a lot of people think this has to do with a particular person, place or thing in particular. And it does, and it doesn't. It does, but not in the way I think people think. I think a lot of people think it's like they need the interaction or they need the answers. They need the closure. That's not what this is. It's like a universal shutdown. So whoever your guides don't want you interacting with, you won't be. There might be some conversations here and there. And I just heard maybe some lawsuits coming into the picture. I just heard fraud. So there's that. People getting framed. So here's all the things that came to me. Yeah, we have shit on others to make themselves feel better. We have ruining their own lives because they were too busy trying to ruin yours. Consequences for the lies. South and North Node shift, which is what I went with. Witchcraft done, kind of return to sender. The dark clouds catching up. Victim mode with others. Sideways with their business or their finances, cheating people, trying to get a hand up, that type of stuff. And multiple chances stepping out of contracts and they didn't. Okay. So here I am thinking in general, like, what am I going to title this? And in all reality, every message I just gave you is what's happening. So we're shifting, which I thought we kind of already did. Maybe mentally, physically, emotionally, I think we thought we did. But we do have to wait for transits and other things within our charts to play catch up. And that is this weekend. So whether they hit you up, you hit them, however it goes, whether there's no interaction, little interaction, sideways interaction. I know sideways is not a word, but eventually it's going to be a word. Okay. This is gradually shifting. You might see it on the news. For instance, my parents do the 5 o'clock news. I try not to. For instance, the other day I went up and they were talking about like the whole Gen Z and potential jobs and how when they're doing like a census, a majority of people chose the jobs where they had the option to only work from the corporation or business a couple days a week, and then a majority of the hours are spent at home. So now a lot of companies are doing work from home because they got so comfortable. So do you remember like within the last year I started telling you guys like this shift is happening. It's going to happen in front of our eyes. We really won't pick up on it for like a couple years when it goes down. Like we're going down in history, and a lot of people don't know these next couple years. We're literally going down in history this moment here and now. And again, you just won't see it until in the books. You're seeing little things like that. So basically, we're catering to the Gen Z. I mean, there's so many conversations I can have about how that's going, but that brings in politics, it brings in emotions, it brings in so many things that are just not even necessary to pretty much get your panties in a bunch, because we have our lives to live, right? We grew up where we weren't catered on. It is a little frustrating. Bud Light, all these things, doing the whole transgender thing, and because it's what's being projected. The government is trying to make new genders. The government is trying to cater to them, to make them think they're more powerful. But what they're not understanding is that the government's holding the power. And it's not in the sense of how they've always held the power. It's just happening right under their noses, all of our noses. So we'll get to that, but this shift here and now, we're going places in the sense of our perspective when it comes to our happiness and what matters, how we're looking at things. It's really a perspective thing. That's why I think a lot of people aren't paying attention. Like we know it's happening, right? But not letting it get the best of us. For instance, the fire. I typically always follow stuff like that. I didn't know about it until days after. there was a reason for that. And then every time I went to like go Google it and certain stuff, like it kept glitching. So I really feel like I need to stay away from that for some reason. So there are certain things, even when it comes to social media, I just heard like social media bashing or jealousy. So needless to say, let's just call it like your success when it comes to your happiness, your career, your family, your outlook. That's success as well. Overcoming certain emotions and energies. You were successful with that. I do believe that we have a lot lingering coming to the surface in the back of like our subconscious, but that's to clean it out. It's not for you to ponder, did I make the right decision, not decision? Is it really going to happen? Is it not going to happen? That's not what it is for the collective that's ascending. It really is like cleaning out your closet. I just heard that song. I'm sorry, mama. Sorry, it might be too late. Okay. You can't make this shit up. My Gaia message. Tune into your destiny because it awaits. Embark on the life-changing adventure and shift. Okay? So, just as we're like talking about it, and I just saw the cloud. I love this cloud. But regardless of that, my back just all of a sudden feels like it's rocking. Hey, Kaden, can you hear me? Cade? I guess I'm agreeing to validate the email. Enjoy your free hat. Kaden, child of mine. He must have his headphones on. I had to validate an email, so there's the confirmation. So I think it has a lot to do with validation, confirmation. So we're basically, again, we're cleaning out our closets. So we're cleaning out our subconscious. Never mind if you're dreaming about certain people or this and that. Dreams are important and they're relevant in regards to messages for you. This is, I just saw my hair up with hoops on. I don't know if they're asking me to do that. When you do weigh your hair down, you do pick up on a lot more like static. I don't know what that's about. Did you get the confirmation that I just sent you?
I don't know.
I had to validate the email for Roblox.
Oh, okay.
And then it said, here's your free hat.
I heard, yeah. Okay.
So.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. What up, Buttercup? So Mia got in last night at 5 a.m, so she's sleeping. But we're gonna do like a late lunch or an early dinner. She was thinking Cheesecake Factory, but I don't want to drive that far. But we might go to like a hibachi. You going to Dad's side or no?
If you go to hibachi, I am.
Well, it's not your choice.
Yeah,
It's Mia's choice. And you eat the hibachi. It's not bad.
No, I don't.
Okay, well.
It's fine.
It just is what it is.
Yeah, no, I don't care. But I'm just saying.
I just don't feel like driving an hour. Late night.
Okay.
Love you too. They did blackout night at the school. So it's like after graduation that night from 11 to 5 p.m. is called Blackout Night, and it's kind of like a dance, and it's food, and it's reminiscent. It's almost like a field day for seniors, but it's so much more than that. So she wasn't all partying like a rock star. So I'm assuming she had a lot of fun. His voice changed. Oh yeah, he's getting older. All the kids are getting older. I can see the shift with everybody, and it's a tad bit uncomfortable, but it's really good shifts, you know. So yeah, there's a couple cheesecake factories, but they're in Mass. I'm not super crazy about that restaurant, but Mia likes it, so we have local hibachis everywhere, so I'm kind of hoping she goes with that one. So you're going to be noticing stuff within the family dynamics as well. Anger, sorrow, frustration. There's so many things. So again, we're cleaning out our closet. So the little thoughts that you're having that have to do with another person, whether they can be like validated or not, is subconscious. If it comes to like family and friends and things that aren't getting addressed, they're going to get addressed eventually. Like the instance my friend I was telling you about, and I still haven't addressed it. I think I woke up 3 mornings and I was like, oh, I need to address it. Just kind of don't know how to address it without throwing somebody else under the bus. And I'm not trying to do that. So I kind of need like a different type of opportunity to come in. I know it sounds crazy, but I can't throw somebody else under the bus. So like I said, when things happen, they're going to happen. But this is the shift. Like people are not going to be happy for you, for your success. And again, I'm speaking success when it comes to what fulfills you. Okay, not you got the diploma, not, you got your bachelor's or you built your business from the ground. I mean, that's all success as well and hard work. So you can equate it to really anything, but I'm more speaking success on what's fulfilling you, knowing you can go in this direction, but knowing it won't fulfill you. It's stuff like that. Again, cleaning out our closets. I'm sorry, Mama. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. And it's almost like, gotta do what you gotta do. And I also just heard that the energy right now is like tar. Not like Tarzan. Like tar. Like pavement. Tar. So That's not good. At all. People are just not going to be happy. It could be jealousy with sibling rivalry. It can be, you name it. And the ones that are jealous or having a hard time or struggling, I mean, we all struggle. We all have our shit, right? But that's on them to look at something differently, change their perspective, leave a situation. So to me, there's like serious consequences being delivered. I knew it was important to come on and talk to you guys like kind of face to face, which I haven't done that often in the last few months. So it's like time to go back into the spotlight. So same for you. So I guess it depends on how you interpret spotlight. Could you be stepping into fame? Could you be just posting stuff on social media? Could you just be stepping outside, spending more time in the sun, going outside at night when the moon is shining? Whatever spotlight is for you. For me, it's face to face again. I guess it's just time, right? If there's fears need to be faced, I think it's a lot of subconscious energies that need to be worked on. I am going to do a video for you guys before bed type video. I'll probably post it on my other channel. With just the right hurts when it comes to the affirmations. And it's just going to be simply, I am grateful, I am beautiful. It's incorporating certain things. And it's like a trial and error. Because as we go to bed, and what happens with our brains and our chemicals and things that we release, we're stepping into our subconscious. So it's important the way how we think, what our visions are, that type of stuff before we go to bed. But it's typically, I got to do this tomorrow, or you got an argument with somebody and that's on your mind, work's on your mind, that type of stuff. I feel like there needs to be like a pattern where you take a certain time during your day before you sit and settle for the night. For your to-do list tomorrow, or anything like you want to rehash in your own brain and not wait until you go to bed. I'm going to try to do it so it's at least a half hour long, so you could possibly fall asleep to it, because that's the purpose of it. I don't know if I can get it. I don't know if I'm savvy enough to repeat however long length it is, to repeat it again on the computer that way. But it's a trial and error thing. I'm hearing like it might take like 3 nights. And it's not rewiring. That's not what we're doing. The Dallas method that I do next is rewiring. This is more trying to cleanse parts of the subconscious. And it's just, I just heard volcano. It clearing the subconscious to start working on the subconscious. Yeah, it is shaking. This little bowl is shaking the way it's sitting on, like, I want to say like a slab or pavement or something like that. So I don't know if there's going to be a volcanic eruption. Not Mount Everest. Yeah, there's something going to happen with a mountain. So I want to attempt to do that for you guys. Just simple, basic ones you hear every day. I know there's apps, there's so many things. It's important for me to do it as well to clear the subconscious. So again, the purpose of this video is to let you guys know no, it's upcoming, Amy. That these are our endings and stepping into new beginnings. And I think a lot of us are just not even conscious of it. Because we're working with our subconscious now. It's part of the ascension. So it has nothing to do with material stuff. It has nothing to do with your mindset. This ascension, this part of it has a lot to do with our subconscious right now, here and now. Especially when it comes to our serotonin and our melatonin. So when the light comes out, the sun comes up, you turn the light on, it's our serotonin. That's the first thing that's released. And as we go to bed and the lights dim, that's when our melatonin kicks in. So with all the chaos and where brains are at and how it works and how we function, our serotonin is not up to par, and neither is our melatonin, so it's stuff like that we need to work on. And I think helping clear the subconscious is key before I step into rewiring, which I'm going to do soon. I kind of feel like I'm a little blocked or stagnant, but I also feel I'm purposely being blocked and stagnant from spirit right now. I wouldn't say stagnant, but blocked, because when I sit and try to work on it, my brain is not doing what it did before. So I know something's being held back temporarily before a boost of that momentum kicks in, which I think is going to be really soon. So again, I'm going to do that video for you. And a lot of people's brain might feel like brain fog right now or something. I think it just, a lot of it has to do with the ascension and what it is we're clearing with the nodes, because our brain tells us everything: how to move, how to wake up, what to think. Our eyes, guys, don't even see the image. Like, I'm looking at a plant. You're looking at everything around me. You think your eyes are the one that's focusing and looking at it. It's not. It is your brain telling you what you see. It has nothing to do with your eyes. And it also has to do with your perspective. And not to mention, it's like top down, top up, like the learning. Our brains work so fast that everything that we actually see is upside down until our brain makes it upright side. So everything's upside down and we turn it upright side. What the fuck? Right side up. So again, ever since I started working with the brain, it's like, holy fucking shit. So I just keep hearing again, we're cleaning out our closet. So it really is our subconscious that's being worked on right now with the ascension by our guides, by the energy, stuff like that. We could probably help it along with this particular video I'm going to do. And again, I'll let you know when I do it because I'm going to upload it on the Dallas method. And it is going to be repetitive, but not like repetitive so it's like driving you fucking bananas. All right? So I don't know if that per se is going to help with the melatonin and I almost said cerebrium. So it is the brain, but I feel like I'm being blocked to not talk about what I want to say next in regards to talking about the serotonin and the melatonin. So I guess we'll just leave it at that because I gave you the basics. So I just feel like there's going to be like a lot of haters, sibling rivalry for some. So it's a big shift. So something about birds. You guys might see birds. They've been showing me hawks. A hawk flew in front of the car the other day. Like purposely, it like went up. Hawk falcon. It went up, then turned around and came towards me, and then went back up. So I knew it was a message. And then this morning on the way home, I saw another one. I saw something coming out of the side of the road. I'm like, oh, maybe a bunny or something. And it hopped to the side of the road because it reminds me of my chicken right now. It's staring at me. Hopped to the side of the road. Looked dead at me. I was like, okay. I see you. You know. So and they look so tiny. They're so tiny. They look way bigger in the sky, you know, but they really are tiny. Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. I know. Yeah, so not a falcon. I don't know why I said falcon. Falcons bigger than hawks. Images of falcon. I said that all wrong. Might be a falcon, actually. I just assumed it was a hawk. Oh, they kind of look very similar. But I want to say they don't have the spots under the wings like the falcons do. They kind of do. So I don't know. Wait, falcon versus hawk. It's probably their beak. One looks a little lighter than the other one. They do look very similar. So maybe one was a falcon and one was a hawk because I felt the need to say falcon. I just got pulled to Harry Potter. What type of bird did Harry Potter have? He had an owl. I know it definitely wasn't a baby owl, but I did question the first one whether or not it was an owl. Anywho, I think you guys, I think there's the dreams are talking to you, numbers, synchronicities, people. But I feel like Mother Nature is speaking to you guys more than your dreams. And if you think your dreams are speaking to you more, I really think you need to get outside into nature. Even just saw like a frog. or certain sounds, stuff like that, right? This time period is what I'm hearing for the next few weeks. Is you're meant to have fun. You know, if a friend invites you out, go out. Stuff like that. I think a lot of our brains are already into July for some reason. And we need to take it back to June. And I don't know why that's happening. But I do feel like that's happening to me too, in a way. And it's like only half, we just started fucking June. So July is probably going to be extremely significant for us. But I just heard like, take it back, y'all. Like the dance. So it really is like, I guess, being more in the moment here in June. Anybody else already thinking about July? Or how, like, I just feel like July is really prominent for some reason. My brain is already shifting into July. I just saw a baby bear. So again, it's animals. I mean, you could be watching the Discovery Channel and something's going to pop out. You need to get outside. I think it's more important to be outside than it really ever has been with whatever this shift is. You might even see like galactic stuff in the sky that's like unexplainable. The amount of clouds that have been in the skies lately, there's messages within the clouds. I just got pulled to Africa with my elephant back there. Yeah, that's not an Asian elephant. I had dreams of India again. I was actually dating somebody Indian, I believe. Oh, I was really good friends. And it's ironic because what was it, like a month ago? They were telling me the jewelry, something with the baskets. Oh, and it was an elephant. Yeah, okay. So that might be taking place in July. Maybe you're traveling and you don't even know you're about to travel. Or something's coming up like that. I know I always said for the longest time, like one of my first trips would probably be Indonesia. But there's some, I don't really think like India's calling me per se, but I just saw the globe in India. It's not right here. So there is something with India. I know they just had the awful train crash. But I'm not getting pulled to that. But again, like I was getting ready for like a wedding ceremony or something, and it talked about the basket, the jewelry, and it was gold. And that's when I was telling you about my dream where I had like an elephant, like a real live elephant, walking the street, but I was going to like an elephant funeral. I feel like I was in India in my dream again last night. Or I was surrounded by just the culture. Or it was my friend. I don't know if it was my boyfriend, friend. I'm not really sure. All I know is that in the dream, somebody was writing me out a check. And it had to do with my car. Okay, in my car. So somebody sat on my car and there was dents everywhere. And I was like, oh, look, I got a convertible. And we just talked about a convertible car the other day. But it was only a convertible car because somebody sat on it and dents were everywhere and the roof caved in. So we had this fucking bizarre dream. I was trying to zip it up as if you would zip a Jeep. So, but then the next thing I know, I didn't know if it was an insurance check. I didn't know what it was, but somebody was writing me out a check. So all these are like little messages. And I always look into my dreams like that. But so there is a significant pull for me in regards to India. It could be somebody I meet. It could be the next place I just happen to go. I do feel like with what I do next with work with Dallas Method, I do feel like what I do next is going to be a lot more popular in certain countries than it will be in America, in the United States. Because I don't think a lot of America can hack it. People just want to play dumb, turn a blind eye. So it might just be that country where what I do next takes off. So, and these can just be like all little signs. So like when something, because if you think about it, like, so actually when something does come in and I'm like, oh, well, maybe something doesn't feel right about going to that country, and maybe something doesn't feel right about a job offer, maybe something doesn't, you know what I mean? But it's like all of these dreams are happening. Like the little things that have been happening is kind of like little epiphanies, and you'll come back to it and be like, oh, well, for months I've been thinking about this or doing this. So that's what I think's happening. An elephant sat on my what? Car? No, a person sat on my car. It dented it. Like I remember looking at it and going around the corner, like big dents, like not normal, obviously. It's like sitting on a bed, those type of indents. It was very strange. It was very strange. So the dream could have to do with future income. It could have to do with travel because there's a car. There's so many little things within a dream, and that the multiple dreams that we're having. So I think a lot of us are having little messages like that. I feel like some of you though are seeing it like through TV, stuff like that. I think the trees are probably talking too. I know they're nice and full, right? So they're vibrant, alive. But when I was sitting in the field at graduation last night, there was this one particular tree that curved out, looked like it had 5 little fingers, and it was taller than every other tree. And it took me a while to even like see it. And I was like, wow, I can't believe like I didn't notice that until then. But I also feel like the winds are bringing in a nice shift. So if it's like windy, that type of stuff, I just think it's really important to be outside right now. It could be near rocks. It could be near mountains. It could be near rivers. Something that's solid. But again, I'm getting pulled down. So I guess whatever scenario you're dealing with, like shits on others to make themselves feel better. Like their own lives are being ruined right now because whomever was trying to interfere with yours or be nosy about yours, consequences for the lies. Witchcraft, return to sender type energy, dark cloud catching up, victim playing victim mode with others. And again, it's something with money and just like, it's just sideways. But I did write down being framed. You know, multiple chances to step out of old contracts to step into newness. So this is, you must have been dealing with somebody or multiple people, whether it was a lover, whether it was friends, family. I guarantee you know what this is for you. So this ending that's happening, even though you feel like it involves somebody else, I get what you guys get what I'm getting with this. It does involve somebody else, but it's not closure. It's not like I need to have a conversation or I need one more outing. I need one more confirmation. That's not what it is. And again, when it comes to that subconscious and when it comes to all these feelings and thoughts of this energy like lingering, and you're like, huh? It's not even an empathic thing. It's literally cleaning out your closet, cleaning out your subconscious for this ascension. So don't get caught up in the government shit. Don't get caught up in the news. Don't get caught up in schooling. Don't, like, it's just shit like that. You know, like when I went to the florist yesterday, and I guess it's a normal question, but I was telling her it was about like graduation and whatnot. And she's like, oh, so what's your daughter going to do next? And I was like, I don't know. And she looked at me and she's like, well, that's okay. That's okay if she has a gap year. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's the first time where I felt like such judgmental energy. And she's like, oh, well, mine's going here and there. And, but like, it's okay. Like I was an accountant turned florist and like, but it wasn't like in a humbling way. Yeah. It was just the first time like, okay, yeah, normal question. But I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not sad about that. I'm not sad that she's trying to figure out like what she's going to do or where she goes or like, so, but that's me. There might be a lot of parents out there. Like we've had this conversation, like some parents want their kids to like travel and you can do school in a freaking RV, like do it all. Like, and then other people want their kids to go to an Ivy League school and they're so proud of my kids getting into Stanford and blah, 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 blah. Get where I'm going with that? But it was like, she kind of caught me off guard. But I could tell like the way she said, like the way she looked at me was like, oh, well, that's okay. Like, no fucking shit, it's okay. Like I almost wanted to say something, but I didn't. So it must be weird for the children when people like say like, oh, what are you going to do next? Like it just puts them in an awkward spot. I mean, I guess it's normal, but like, I don't know. Like Jade did the whole nursing and now she's getting her bachelor's in teaching and, you know, graduating out of a college in Utah. And now she wants to be a teacher. So and she's 25. She's young. She's got another year, you know. I think Lonnie might do something with me in regards to like business or cooking. Everybody will find their niche, you know. But it's almost like the woman like pitied me and I'm like, okay. I just thought to myself, like, even karma, like I just feel like it's a little dangerous for people to even be around me right now. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I just know there's powerful energies around me right now. So I feel like even the people I come into contact with are under like judgment. So there's that. I kind of feel like me being out and about I'm like doing a job. So that's why I'm saying like I'm face to face with you guys now, like in the sense of like it's meant for me to come back in the spotlight now, whether I'm projecting energy, however it's working, however it's, you know, going down. And this is a different type of energy power that I'm feeling. It's not when I really like sense it. I can tell when I'm empowered and I empower myself, and it's a different type of feeling. It's almost like I don't feel the power around me. I just know it's there. And it just feels like whomever is talking about me or whatever's going down, I got goosebumps, is kind of feel bad for you right now. And it makes me a little weary too, because, you know, my parents don't like if I'm doing this or that. Like, that's not what's going down, but like in general judgment, you know, because we are stepping out of the South Node and stepping into our North Node. And we already thought we were in our North Node, but now we're cleaning out the subconscious so we can really be successful in the South, North Node, right? So, like I said, it's like I can't feel the power like that. I just know it's there. So I'm kind of like, if that's what she needed to say, and it's a normal thing to say, but maybe she should have thought about her like response. I don't know, but it just feels like that type of interaction. You know, I could feel it with my sister too, like going through a lot. And I know it's like I heard the kids in the car last night and like certain stuff, and I'm like, and then she say like, I'm just gonna skip dinner, I'm gonna skip this, and I'll do. But I know she's upset, and I'm thinking to myself like I can't help anybody out of a situation, close to home or not, or bump-ins. It's not my job. That's not. Does that make sense? So for those that are really vibrating and ascending, you are that person right now for other people. And it has to do with your children. It has to do with your friends. It has to do with the workplace. It has to do with the businesses you walk into. You could be walking down the street and next thing you know, you bump into your neighbor, and karma's being delivered. It's just, it is what it is. And you can't avoid people. You can't avoid that. Like, all this has to come to the surface, because I'm like, oh, well, when Lonnie gets stressed out, I'm like, I want to stay away from her. That phone call, I'm like, And I know my children have to go through this and figure it out themselves. And just like friends, just like humanity, just like what everybody's going through, you can only be there and do so much. So it is a little intimidating, I think another reason, again, being in the spotlight, going out, doing more things, it's more than just, it's helping you at the same time. But I don't even think you realize what's happening. It's different from the momentum that we're about to feel that's coming in. It's just different. A lot of entities, a lot of that type of stuff. Might even be noticing stuff in the house, but not anything you really need to worry about. Like not last night, the night before, this camera light went on. And it was dark. And there was no noise. But the light went on, and it was all this. I probably just shut my eyes. And all of a sudden, it looked so bright, as if I had a spotlight in my eye. And I opened my eyes, and I was like, I could see the light over here in the corner. And I'm like, I know that's not my salt lamp. Like, stuff like that. And I looked over, and I was like, hi. Well, I don't even think I said hi. I just unplugged it and went to bed. I can usually tell when there's energy here. They fuck with the hallway light a lot. But this one messed with this. But again, I didn't hear anything. And to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you what was on my mind per se. But I just know. And Max has been on me a lot again lately too, and I don't even think it's a health thing. I can see him changing. He looks like when there's ever change with me and there's a big change, he looks really scruffy. He reminds me of Mr. O'Malley, the alley cat, when he's still like scruffy and he's an alley cat. Max gives off that look where people come in, and the kids and my sister, and literally say like, this is not Max. And I'm like, I know, they don't know who he is. Definitely something special about him. I've talked to like 2 psychics of people that are extremely in tune in the last 5 years or whatever the case may be, and they always talk about, do you have a cat that stands on his 2 feet? and like can turn his head all the way around like an owl. I'm like, yeah, that's Max. So I don't know what's going on there, but he's looking all scruffy and shit again. Or it really doesn't like look like him. So I don't know what that's about. He's my only cat that doesn't like to be like nurtured. Like he's definitely one of a kind. And he's smart too. Well, I mean, most cats are, but you might be noticing your animals being a little smarter. Like Sheldon, I feel like is being even. Hold on. Hi.
I don't know what the plan is.
Yeah, it booted me off. I'm on YouTube. No plan in particular at this second. I didn't know. I know you wanted to go some. Okay. You want to come down or you want me to come up real quick?
Well, would you rather go to Hibachi?
Yeah. Only because I was looking at the Cheesecake Factory. I was looking in like the reservations and it's tough to get in and it's a Saturday and they usually have to do a booking. So I'd prefer to go to like the Hibachi, yeah.
Okay, we can go to Hibachi or whatever it's called, with steak and rices.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah.
What time are you thinking?
Anytime. I think Kim wanted to do like an early.
Kim can't. She's got too much going on. She's going to do something different with you. So it's just going to be me, you, Lonnie. I think Jade has plans and Kaden.
Hibachi with 4 people. I mean, I guess.
Yeah. I have 2 people go all the time. Couples can go. People can sit by themselves and do hibachi. You don't need a whole thing.
Okay, listen.
All right. So touch base with Lonnie and figure out what time you guys want to go and then let me know.
Okay.
And Grandma and Grandpa's out and about. So if you want to leave your door open so Loki's got company.
I don't want to keep my door open because I have stuff everywhere.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe a gate up so he knows you're there. How'd you sleep?
Good.
Was it fun last night?
It was okay.
It was okay. All right. When I get off YouTube, I'll come up
I
once.
got my Spider-Man balloon. I got my tattoos.
You got a spider tattoo? That is cool. And a sun. Oh. Who is she? That is quite the tattoos. Huh? Yeah. Alrighty. Like a sex symbol. I don't know who she is, though.
No, it's not.
No? You don't?
Oh, or some shit.
What?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
Everyone was just getting her because it was funny.
It was funny. Yeah, it was funny. Like when all the senior pictures was on the screen, and what was Quinn? She had a Playboy bunny on her shirt. Was that Quinn for senior pictures?
That's from sophomore year. They didn't use your senior photo.
Oh, that stinks.
No, come on, she was very embarrassed.
All right. Well, touch base with Lonnie. Find out what time you want to go.
I will.
I'll be up shortly.
All right,
Love you.
Bye.
She had like this woman with like the legs kind of spread and a tiny little top and like underwear. It almost looked like a superwoman, but I don't know. I guess she said everyone thought it was funny. What do you do? What everybody thinks? Anyhow, but I knew one of her friend Quinn. She's definitely like an outcast, and she's her own, person and leader type thing. And she definitely did the whole Playboy bunny thing as like a political statement type thing. But anyhow, yeah, you might even think you might be dreaming of animals, or you might even think your animals are getting smarter or something. because it is something, because I said it with Sheldon. I mean, Taurus is super smart anyway. But like, I feel like he's being extra intelligent lately, and we're all picking up on it. You know, we're like, okay. So it's not just something I'm noticing. So, and I wouldn't say it's like mechanical, but I just was pulled to AI. So AI is still playing a huge part in this ascension. It's a whole nother conversation though. But I'm so glad she just wants to do hibachi versus me going an hour into mass. You know? Speaking of spiders, my daughter took a picture of a wood spider sitting on the edge of the apartment. But lovely, right? I just felt like I was frozen. There was a spider up there last night. Well, there was a spider in the shoe. I really like shook out the shoe, or it fell. But I normally shake out a shoe and a big spider came out. I was like, oh, that's like my worst fear. I brought it outside. And then there's a spider up there with a little web. And Caden noticed it last night. He's like, you're just going to leave it? I'm like, yeah, I don't want to deal with it now. I'll get it in the morning. It's like the other side of the room, you know. He was like, that's not cool. He wasn't too happy I left it there. But Mia just had a spider on her too for a tattoo. It was like a spider, a sun, and then that chick. But I mean, it's spider season anyway. With me being outside in the garden, since the wolf spiders are out there, like, you know, it's just that season. They want to come inside too, you know. I typically get one in this corner. I don't want to twist too much because I don't want to hurt myself. But yeah. So, but maybe the spiders. I don't know if it's animals moving more. I'm almost seeing like mechanic looking where I'm getting pulled to, which is pulling me to like AI, you know. But remember when I had the dreams about the extraterrestrials and how it flew in? And it flew in right towards me, and I wasn't scared. I was like so proud of myself. I was so happy. I was so impressed with myself. And it landed right in front of me, and it was heavy like fucking metal. And it turned into like a transformer, like right in front of my eyes. So that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm kind of getting when I was just talking about animals. So I don't know if you like seeing birds or like animals and something seems, but guys, there is animal in different dimensions. They could be skipping or hopping dimensions. It could be a glitch in the matrix. So you guys might be seeing glitches as we ascend. I think that's probably what it is. So some of you might be experiencing that, or you will experience that, and it's like, what the fuck are you? I almost feel like, you know how we all have a spirit animal? I truly feel like we also have the animals from the other places, right? Creatures, whatever you want to call them. So I think some people are going to see like something, like some glitches. I think something like that's probably going to happen with some of you guys, where you might even think it's your own fucking eyesight and you're like, what the fuck? You're very welcome. My cat, not car. LOL. I don't even know. Would I lose you guys? When my cat Blue is bathing, I was thinking clean up. LOL. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just thinking you might see something like that. That'd be cool to see. I don't know how I'd feel about that. But again, in my dream with the whole AI thing, I was very impressed with myself. Because there's been times where I've had alien dreams and it's like wants to welcome me through doors, and I've never gone through. There was a couple of I didn't go through. I knew I was like too scared and I wasn't ready, and I was kind of disappointed in myself. So when that other one came in a few months ago, I was so proud of myself. Yes, fucking score. I haven't had another one since, but I feel like I can handle it now. You know, because we think we can handle it, or we think we can't handle it. But we have, like I said, guys, we have no idea what we're in for. And I said within the next 10 years, I mean, when I say we're going down in history, it's not just the bullshit that's happening in the fucking world and the government right now. I'm talking like you're going to have a choice whether or not you want to get on that spaceship and go live on another fucking planet. That's the shit that's going to go down. Never mind, you think that robots are just going to take over. We will. AI and the gods, the council, they're not going to make that decision. This world is here for vibration, for use for them. So we need humans. So I don't, that's not very likely it's going to go down like that. But I'm sure there'll be plenty. That's a given. Government's real keen on keeping you guys in your houses right now again, and it's not even a fucking pandemic. Okay, so y'all think you got pulling power. You don't. The government's playing your fucking ass right now. Okay, but you wanna take it as fame and power, then okay, Bert. So again, I don't know what my reaction would be if I literally was to actually endure that, like in real life. We think, you know, even though I was like so proud of myself, it doesn't mean that that's going to happen. And it's like real life, and it's not whatever I was seeing, channeling, who knows, right? But I don't know what the fuck my reaction would be. Oh, you want to come inside my house? Want me to hide you? It's like Planet 51. Like I feel like in a couple years, we're all going to be playing some type of scenario like that, where there's good and there's evil and there's this and then that, and then some of them are going to have no choice, and yep, they're going to have to fucking come in or hide or whatever the case may be. They might not even knock on your door. They may just be hiding in your fucking attic for all I know. Okay, and then they're not all going to be fucking cute like ET. All right, so trust me, when you guys are getting prepped for this, you guys are getting prepped with this, you know. So. Like when I thought what I saw was a fucking transformer. It's not an extraterrestrial. It's not a tall gray. It's not a short gray. It's not. I didn't see anything like that. The ones peeking their head in the doors, like come on in and explore this realm. That was like a gray. What came at me in regards to how I saw it was the coolest fucking thing. I don't want to share it all because it's just like so personal and it's mine. Being a little selfish with this story. But I saw like, it was like a V shape, but not like a perfect V shape. And there's probably like maybe 5, 6 to 7. And they look like aircrafts or drones, like in the air. And they would come in and they would go out and they would do like shapes, like really cool shit how Australia does with their drones when they do a light show. So it's kind of similar like that. And it was kind of shaped as a stealth plane or a stealth something. But then they all broke up as like little individual things, like birds. And they all flew into different trees. But initially I thought it was absolutely spacecraft. There was no question that it wasn't an unidentified flying object. That was a given. But then the way they all broke up, had to have been hundreds of them swarming into the big trees. And then this one flew right towards me, and I happened to just be on the balcony, and it flew right towards me. And I don't know. I feel like I was even like on a metal balcony that had metal railings. Because when it landed, it was like no joke. It reminded me of a fucking Transformer movie. And it just fucking, it was like still like a huge bird looking type thing. But I knew it was an extraterrestrial. I knew it wasn't a bird, and it was all like metal. Like, so I don't know what that would be. I don't think it's a robot. I think it's definitely hands down extraterrestrial. There's no question in my mind. But it just kind of stared at me, and I was just so proud of myself. And it was looking in the other window, like in the balcony, like they were after somebody else. They were looking for somebody in particular. But it didn't talk to me, but it definitely came down. I could have been testing myself. I don't know. But I know that's exactly what it was. And I was just like, yeah, you go ahead and look through that window. I don't know who you're looking for. But really nice to meet you. I think I even tried like talking to it. I can't remember, but I think that would frighten anybody, you know? So I was just really proud of myself because it didn't frighten me at all. So I don't know what the fuck it was, but it didn't look like a gray, right? It didn't look reptilian, and not all reptilians are bad. Some of the best and longest people that have been on these planets and realms are reptilian, come from that family. You know, they're the ones that I'd love to fucking sit and chat with, to be quite fucking honest with you. But it was definitely mechanical, but it was alive. So I don't know. There's so many different realms out there, guys, right? You know, they say there's about 10 realms. There's probably more than that, you know? And that happened to me months ago. But I just feel like within the next couple of years, it's just, I don't know how it's going to shift, but I just think that the whole Gen Z era right now feels like they're being catered to, and it's like a power trip, and it's not what's happening. The government is playing everybody right under their fucking noses, thinking that they're being catered to. Oh, you guys want another agenda? Oh, okay. Here, you can have it. Psh, it's yours. Okay, Bert. That's how it's gonna go. That's how this shit's gonna roll. Okay. So, America's so fucked. They're gonna leave some continents. Okay, America's not gonna be left standing. Not like that. This might be stationary to fucking robots and certain shit, but it's other countries is no. America's probably gonna go down the shitter. I don't know how, but they can't take out Earth. They can, but they don't want to. Again, they need Earth to vibrate. Living beings, they need things on this planet. And then they're definitely coming and clean it up for the future. Or just be left to the AI. I don't know how it's going to roll. But the whole AI scenario is still up in the air too. Like I said, it's like a little baby. It's like a toddler. People have no idea the power. So, and they, you know, a lot of people are now saying like AI is spiritual. It is an energy, you know, and it always has been. But people don't look at it as it's spiritual. I don't even want to link it to spirituality right this second anyway, because I'm so disappointed with the industry. So that's another topic for a whole nother fucking day. You know, I just saw 4949 as I was speaking, a whole nother topic for another day. Spiritual meaning of 4949. What's a griffin? Isn't that like a... And tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. I think I'm being distracted from Griffin. 4949. 4949. combination repeats. Your angels telling you that it's time to let go of certain situations. It's ran its course. They wish to remind you that one door closes, another one opens. If you're asked to exert, you are asked not to exert your time and efforts on staring formally as the door closes, rather than looking forwards and seeing what's behind a new door that's going to open. The angels are helping you open the new doors and heal any pain and sorrow that accompanies the transition along the way and undergoing, which is basically the whole reading I was just kind of talking about. But I like how that's worded, because it's like you're asked not to exert your time and efforts into formally closing the old doors, rather than looking forward and seeing what's behind the new opening door. We have a hard time doing that. So it's almost like a manifestation where they're helping you open the new doors. But I think a lot of this is the healing and the pain and the sorrow and all that stuff that's coming to the surface. And we think like, oh, is this energy coming back or this and that? That's not what it is. It's literally cleaning out our closets. But so I think what this is basically saying, how we're talking about all this stuff, right? Like what I just screenshotted for some reason. We're talking about all this stuff. But as you go to sleep, like, open that door. Don't wait for the door to open. Imagine yourself there opening a door, and what's behind that door. Like, you don't even necessarily have to go to bed or imagine what's behind the door per se. Like, what would it be there? You could just try looking at a hallway or wherever you're at, and you're opening a door, and then whatever comes to you, right? Instead of putting something there, just picture yourself opening a door. What's behind that one? Nothing. It's all green, black, huh? I can't see nothing. All right, let's try another door. I've done that a few times. I don't do it enough. But that's also stuff I'm going to teach you in the next method, Dallas method. So, again, I think it's more about pain and sorrow, or the pain and sorrow that you have that you don't maybe even know you have. Like, for instance, the other night, remember I was telling you I cried? I was like, and I almost hyperventilated. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, not my energy. But is it my energy? You know? I think it's just a really hard period for everybody right now in the next few weeks, because we're definitely cleaning out the subconscious. But it feels like, a song just came to me, a couple of them, but it feels like the energy is rolling around like you should entertain it. That's not what this is. A raven just flew over you real low in your yard. Oh, there you go. Now look at, right? So now Google your raven. Oh, didn't I say a griffin? Isn't that a, what is a griffin? It's a crypto. It's a, what do you call those? It's a myth, a griffin. Griffin's also a mythological creature with a lion's body, wings, with a bird's head, usually of an eagle. Ancient Middle Eastern, Mediterranean lands. What it is, it's a protector from evil, slander, witchcraft. Sculpted in churches, Griffin knows as Christian symbolization depicts both feminine and human, both the divine and human. I don't know why I was pulled to the griffin, but what are the, like, I almost said tsunami, like Sasquatch and like certain, like a chupacabra, and there's a bat. There's so many of them. What do you call those? They have a name. I feel like this came in before and I couldn't remember the name of them either. But I know you guys know them. Cryptids. Yes. Thank you. So maybe you're seeing those. I don't know. There's something with the glitch of the Matrix. I kind of feel like if you're lucky enough to see it glitch, you know. But there's been a lot of glitches even reported, like 3 moons, you know. But science wants to say it's just, you know, how you can catch like the course of the void moons and no, it's people are seeing glitches, you know. but it's always been out there, but you might be seeing them a little more. I don't think it's going to be like really intense like that, to be honest with you. I think it's just going to be everyday life, and there's just something with nature right now, you know. That they just kind of want you to relate to, you know. Go into the bathroom. I just saw 444. That's coming before. But I like that message. So I think, you know, here I am talking about doors. So why don't you try that tonight? You know, going to sleep, and whether you're walking down a hallway, you walking my way, and opening doors. I know what it's trying to, it's pushing me into the dollars method. It's already one of the things that I've already imagined and incorporated certain stuff within certain stuff. I don't think that's a push for me to do that. I mean, things could be being rewritten for me right now too, but still doing the dollars method, but not doing it the way I thought I was going to do it, if that makes sense. We'll see. And that just stripped twice, but landed on my hand perfectly. Sorry, Mama. Don't feel bad for transitioning in life, guys, because that's what's happening right now. And I know there's some haters and there's people around you, whether it's coming in or being projected. That's definitely happening right now. There's no question that people are going to be really bent out of shape. You're happy, they're not. Misery loves company. Why aren't you getting wrapped in the bullshit? It is for realsies. Still on YouTube. Be done shortly. I didn't give her a graduation gift or nothing. Yeah, it was just so chaotic yesterday. I'm getting in really late. So, and her graduation party is in July. And I feel like it purposely got held out like that. So again, if there's dates, anniversaries, bookings, like they're being strategically placed. Like, oh, I gotta wait a couple weeks, or you know, because I thought about doing it the birthday. Like the sooner I could have done it. It's mostly family, and there's a lot going on with the family. And then a couple aunts got hurt, so they wouldn't be able to make it. One just had surgery, things like that. It wasn't me slacking on getting invitations out, or it wasn't even like that. And then I could have did it the weekend of July 1st. My birthday's on a Saturday. And my mom's is the day before. But then it's graduation, so I didn't really want to do it on a birthday weekend and kind of take that from her, because it's important. And then I couldn't do it the following weekend because I already had prior plans. So it is now for like I think the 16th or the 19th, something like that. But I think it had to be like that for some reason. So if you're trying to make plans and travel arrangements and things get delayed or pushed, just go with it, guys. Because now that I'm having this conversation, like, it actually makes me feel a little better. Like, it's almost confirmation. Like, that's how it's supposed to go down. So, like I said, again, it could have, if it's the 16th, look at that, 7-7, right? And then 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually 777 now that you think about it. July 16th, numerology, 2023. It is the year of ascension. Number 7 is extremely spiritual number. And now that I think about it, if it's on the 16th, and then you got 7 is July, right? So look at that. And I just looked at Shannon 77, you know, talking about July. Now 777, right? So I want to say it's the 16th. I gotta look at the calendar. But again, like, so it's basically just telling me anything with, you know, planet, not planetoid. Where's my July? Yeah, Sunday, the 16th. Can't make this shit up, guys. And I did it on a Sunday on purpose because in case anybody's traveling, because it's July, right? So if anybody's away for the weekend, they could make it to the cookout because I'm going to do it later in the afternoon. So look at 777. So it was ideal to have it on that day. And people are like, you want to go that far out? Or people have so much things going. Like, people gave me so much shit about it. I was just like, get over it. You can show up or not fucking show up. Like, don't give me shit because it's not done within 2 weeks of fucking graduation, people. Like, what the fucking actual fuck? So there's that. All right. So it's not like everyone gave me a hard time to the point where I was like, oh, throwing my hands up and like, oh, but like enough where it was like, really, you don't want to do that. Well, make sure you ask my sister. Make sure you ask the kids first because I know they got plans. They got all. It's like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. I'm not gonna reach out to 30 people, save a date, which one works best for you. I know that's polite, but it's that no. It's what works for us. You know, you can either go or you can't. We're giving you plenty of notice. It's not the end of the world, and not to mention that, you know, a lot of people do it right around the same time or the same weekend. Like, there's probably so many today and there's lots going on. Mia's going tomorrow, you know, and then it's like you're competing with other people in town that have theirs. No need to explain. Get what I'm going with that, troops. But I love that I'm actually throwing it on 777 and didn't even fucking pick up on that until I just had this conversation with you. So there's that. You know, transitions, energy, ascension. Maybe there is some type of ascension for her that puts her on a particular path on that day. Who knows? Who knows? So I kind of almost want to do a reading, but we kind of know where we're going with that since we just read Pluto. I just looked 4747. Before it was 4949, right? So now we're going to do 4747, 4747, 4747. Tonight, I'm cleaning out my closet. So if I do a reading, I think it was really important for me to come on, being in the spotlight energy. Hold on. The 4 and the 7 combination that you are to be congratulated for your hard work and efforts. Your angels say, keep up the good work. Keep the thoughts focused on having a positive effect in your life and will continue to do so. Your angels are always communicating with you, so listen to your intuition and follow your guidance. Okay? So, I might do a reading. I kind of feel like I want to do the cards, but this, again, it's the whole spotlight thing with me. Peace, positive mind, 777, getting in touch with your conscious before you go on a certain journey. It's going to be a powerful energy for everybody that day, if you think about it. It's not just for shits and giggles type of portal, gateway, something. right? 7-7 reminds you it's time that you spiritually evolve, expressing your highest, best self, embracing unique abilities, recognizing, acknowledges highest, best parts of yourself, talents, strengths, love, light, your own light. Your own life indicates that you've listened to divine guidance and now you're putting your wisdom into life's work, reaping the rewards for hard work and efforts, being complimented by your angels. Success is heading your way, especially if it's inspiring or helping other people teach examples, wishes coming into fruition, direct results of positive attitudes, encouraging you to unlock higher learning, studying, investigating, research its topics, just be in generally genuine, right? Engross yourself in pastimes that generally interest you, engage and share a spiritual perspective, those around you. So stuff like that. But I just feel like I need to say this 3 times. I do feel like I want to do a reading, but again, I want her to open her gift, things like that, make lunch. And then I'll be back on. But so again, it's real important to know that this ending, even though it might not feel like one, or you don't even know what it is or what it's pertaining to, it really is cleaning out the subconscious, and not for you to recognize either and work on things like that. You've already been doing that, right? So it's different. It's not knowing what it is. That's just it's how it's happening for us, right? So it's working on the subconscious, and I'll go to that video, and it's you stepping into your North Node gradually within the next, I don't know, few weeks, maybe. Some of you maybe a little longer, but I don't think so. I think it's probably within the next few weeks, and then just opportunities, new things come in. It just depends on how long it takes everybody to kind of clean, however long it takes to clean what the spirit needs to clean, right? If that makes sense. And then the help along the way. I know I'm part of that help with the rewiring. So all the thoughts, things like that, don't worry about it. Don't stress it. Don't overthink it. It's not like that. Or that doesn't pertain to me. It doesn't make any sense. It does, because we're cleaning out our subconscious. It's trauma. It's our experiences. It's certain stuff. That's just being cleaned out. So it does pertain to us. We might not be able to relate to it, but think your lucky stars that you can't really relate to it, or you can relate to it, but it's not going to affect you. And the energy that I was being projected as well. I actually got thrown to one of these. The energy that was being projected as well, and especially in that Pluto read, was that's how that would go down if you were to engage in something. I'm feeling weird energies coming off of almost everybody with just tiny little interactions, my ex-husband's girlfriend, fiance, whoever she won't even look my way the last 2 times. What the fuck type of bug you got up your ass right now? I didn't do nothing to you. So it's their karma, it's their insecurities, it's their jealousy, if that's what it is. It's everybody else's stuff, and people want to project things, and maybe it's nothing, right? But in her brain, maybe it's nothing. Me, I recognize it, I see it, I know it, I feel it. And her might be like, no, I don't even know what you're talking about. And she might honestly feel that way. But it's whatever's happening in her subconscious. It's okay. You're not looking my way. I don't need to be friends with you. I don't know what I did to you. I mean, I had a couple arguments with Dan, but you jumping on his bandwagon? Why? It's been in my life for 30 fucking years. You guys got your own fucking bandwagon. It's just, it doesn't bother me. It's just, I'm pointing out the little stuff. You get what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you got to bug up your ass. It really has nothing to do with me. It's shit that you're not addressing. Not me. And again, she might not even be aware of it, that it's happening, but probably is. But it's not even a big deal. It's not me shitting on her. It's not me shitting on him. You get what I'm saying? It's just that energy is fucking out there. For some reason, it needed to be mentioned. And it's not projected towards him or her or you guys. It's just things like that. Like my sister that I like, why don't you guys do your own thing? I know exactly what that was about, but I didn't even feel the need to bring it up. Not my business, or really not my, it's whatever shit you got to work through, it will become relevant or it won't. You notice things or you won't. Okay. So just know, even with you having communication or no interaction, this is a final ending. Is it to what's been on your mind? Who knows? Could it be your work? Who knows? Could you feel like you're hitting rock bottom again before something shifts? Maybe. Does it feel like a lot of things are shifting and a lot of people aren't liking how it's shifting and you're happy and you're doing this and you're content and you're doing it your way? Yeah, a lot of people might not like that either. Too fucking bad. Too fucking bad. Right? So tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. So that's what these reads have been. Cleaning out your closet. It's kind of refreshing. Because I know there's stuff that's been on my mind, or things that ended a year ago, but I always go back to feed this, or feed that, or feed myself. And, then energy, certain stuff on my mind. I'm like, what the fuck? That doesn't really make any sense. Oh, you think you're sensing that person coming back in? No, that's not what that is. Okay? So you guys need to know that. It's your new path. I just saw the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. And there's always gonna be that hater trying to shift your path, right? Who's the one behind the fucking curtain that's always trying to interfere? You got expansion. Educate your mind and your senses. It's so ironic because these are like my animals and all that. It's sacred spirit. Expansion. And it's a 7. All right. So expansion is inevitable. It's a process and it's known from the universe. The knowledge of history, sciences, mathematics, social understanding, continuing to grow, foundations, new knowledge, awareness, experiences, human beings, human consciousness also need to evolve and expand. It's the part of evolutionary process. Clinging to the old and past experiences will only restrict the person's ability to grow. Expanding yourself spiritually and emotionally allows you to feel a greater sense of love, compassion, and harmony. Self-realization follows the new levels of awareness that you build upon your previous knowledge of life experiences. Release that you always are on or in this permanent state of learning about something physically, yourself, emotionally, how to interact with others, what you like and dislike, certain experiences, to create expansion within your spirit. More importantly, it is never too late to learn. You may be left behind. You may be leaving behind your old life previously gone through separation or divorce, or beginning a new job or a new career path, or started with a family or an ending of one. It might seem confronting now, but don't be afraid to ask for help and advice in these matters. Support is always available. Just ask. Right now, you're in the process of learning career goals, education, skills-based training, are even into focus now. This new information is needed for your next step. You may be feeling like you aren't up for the task. Do not fear. Everything is needed and will be available in divine timing. It may feel like you're on the edge of not knowing what you need to do next. All that means is that there's a new experience and you require more information for this journey ahead. Research this certain area of focus. A new level of study or educating will benefit you now as you prepare to organize for your future. So the haters around you, they're feeling restricted. Okay, very discouraging energy. But if you're in the light, you're good, right? Affirmation, my mind is open. I learn new information easily. This is a life transition. Okay, so it's expansion, like I said, not everybody is going to be comfortable with that. It is what it is, right? So educate your mind and your senses. And I've been talking about that with that Eight of Pence. And a lot of people are researching you and want nosy Nellies and fucking Karens and Peters. But the Eight of Pence is for you. It's the higher knowledge. It's the learning. It's the education. Like, it's your path. I mean, sometimes I look at this stuff that I've been studying with the brain and I don't even know how, like, neurologists and, they've been studying this and, the stuff that I discover and just how it comes to me so, like, naturally, as if I was a neuroscientist in a past life or something. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. So it's just, it's expanding your awareness. One thing leads to another. And this almost reminds me of, like, what I said earlier when I mentioned something like, maybe there's a whole new path being written. It's the same thing. It's still going to be called, I just saw 45. It's the same thing, still going to call it Dallas method, but maybe it's just being rewritten from the way I thought it was supposed to be written or the way I was going about it. And I kind of feel blocked, even though I know it's not a block. It's like a divine thing, right? So just continue to flow, push through it. And again, you're seeing all these, the first one was what, 49. And then that one was, what was the other one? I don't know, but this one's 45. So again, research. I feel like you could be watching something on TV. It's just something that pulls you to one thing after another. The 4 and the 5 combinations that your hard work and your effort is leading to a sense of freedom, new and exciting adventures and pathways. The 4 and 5 combination urge you to put effort towards things that will enhance who you are. Your angels want you to know that involved in one of the most significant life changes at this time and ask you to follow their lead in regards to your next step. So again, I also feel like you're being guided. And that guided card keep coming out. But people want to be like, oh, guided into a relationship or this and that. Nah. No. Your new path, your new life. Everybody gets one. It's not even a second chance thing. It's called fucking ascension. Okay? Everybody has to go through it. You either evolve or you don't. People who choose not to evolve, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what happens next for you. But again, these sevens, but there was something else I was also pulled to. You may have just left behind an old life, or it's just previously gone through something, or what you're going to experience now, but you could be starting a new job, a new career path. Starting a family is definitely something new. It could even be like research. But right now you're in the process of learning career education, goals, skill-based, things that you need to focus on. It's for your next step in life, right? It's in order to evolve, you grow. Whether it comes from a relationship, a person, a study, a hobby, graduating high school, however it works for you guys, okay? So, So if you're not watching something educational, research some things. Anything that like has your interest. Because I think you're just, like I said, you'll be pulled to one thing or another. And this is typically like my little animals and stuff. And this is not. This is expansion. And I talked about expanding your brain as well, right? And rewiring is the next thing I want to do. But what I do next, well, the next video I was just talking about in regards to like the melatonin, serotonin, that type of stuff that I kind of want to work with affirmations, is just helping cleaning out the subconscious. Expanding. right? Not really rewiring, just we're expanding. We're making more room, getting rid of the other stuff, making more room for new experiences. Okay. So again, gonna make dinner. Ding, 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 ding. I'm not gonna make dinner. We're gonna go to dinner. I'm gonna make lunch, give me a gift, that type of stuff. And I do feel like I will be back in a little while. I do really kind of want to do some type of reading. But again, remember, this is what's going away, okay? Dealing with people that shits on other people to make themselves feel fucking better. What they don't realize is that they were trying to ruin your life with certain stuff, but they really fucked their own life in the process. Consequences for the lies that they've told multiple times to get out of certain contracts they know are not healthy, shouldn't be in, but they were in. If there was any type of witchcraft, again, I wrote return to sender, but I just felt something with a witchcraft in a jar, possibly. Always felt like there's a dark cloud over the head, stuff like that. And, you know, just playing victim as if they were a victim to this and a victim to that. So everybody else, it's like a victimizer, like, oh, you think you're a victim, but it's like, they're the ones that act like the victim. Right. And especially if they've been, swindling or framing people or anything in regards to work or money, overcharging, trying to pocket a penny, that type of thing to benefit their own bank account when they didn't have to do it with certain people if they couldn't afford it, or, just taking certain things for granted without realizing it, but at some point realizing it, but continuing to do it. It's that type of energy. Okay. That is leaving our lives. We've already evolved out of that energy anyway. So if there's any thoughts, feelings, anything like that lingering, we're literally just cleaning out our subconscious. We're just cleaning out our closets. It's not this person's coming back around. The chances are they are going to roll back around. Of course they're going to roll back around. Yeah. They don't have that attachment to your energy anymore that they miss and crave and need to be fed, So of course that's just going to roll back around. But it's done. They're going to watch you in the spotlight. They're going to watch certain stuff. Like it is what it is because they chose not to evolve because they didn't want to deal with change. There's so many, I can go into so many routes. That's literally what I just wrote down, not knowing what I was going to label the video. Okay. So get yourself out there, enjoy the energy. You know what I've been feeling lately too? Certain gloomy days and rainy days. And I've always loved the rain and sounds and music and stuff like that. But they are gloomy sometimes. But I feel like the gloomier days that are coming in with it, there's like that cast, that shadow. Like, I feel like it's even shifting for me. I don't know if it's shifting for you. Like, it's not so gloomy for me anymore. And it is, obviously I have a different outlook on it, but not one that I recognize, because the shift already happened without realizing that it happened. That's another way of like really knowing you're ascending and things are shifting and you're not even realizing what's being shifted or how you're shifting. We all must evolve. This is not the normal evolving. We're going places. Everything's changing. So you got to do your best to focus on you and so that's where we go next too. It's pretty important, pretty relevant too. But I'll be back and I will do that video for us. I even want to try it. I know it's positive, but a lot of people want to put manifestation, attached manifestation, or this and that. Like, everyone wants to make it sound like at the end of the road, this is pot of fucking gold and you're going to learn how to do this. You're going to learn how to do that. No, this is totally different. So for those who have those apps and certain things, and like, we all know affirmations are great, but don't fall victim to the ones that are attaching things to it. You don't need an app. You don't need this, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to pay this. You can literally make your own video with your own voice, and I guarantee it'd be more fucking beneficial because your brain is recognizing your voice. You're gonna open wires and spark electrical neutrons. You're gonna expand like you wouldn't believe because it's your own voice talking to yourself. right? It's things like this. The fucking industry is so fucked up. I'm just so disappointed with the fucking industry. Trust me, I plan on taking it down, okay? Before it gets even fucking worse, because everyone thinks, oh, they're falling into spirituality and this whole thing is being played perfectly now, and now people are more aware. No, government's misusing it, and people need to wake the fuck up right there too. So we have the capability to do this ourselves, and I know a lot of people need that extra help and that guidance, right? But be careful, because there's so much more. If manifestation was that easy, we'd all be in a different place like that. And a lot of people want to be, oh, I created a business and I manifested it. No, manifestation happens in different ways. It's a different type of magnetism. People just don't get it. And I don't quite get the breakdown of it yet, but I know it's not the same. And you can't just manifest if you're not mentally, emotionally, physically aligned with certain stuff. So don't get fooled into all these little programs and certain stuff. And you have all these celebrities. You got Oprah saying this and that. Like, don't get fooled into buying programs and doing this stuff, guys, because it's not as easy as just a repetitive. What's the word I'm looking for? But like doing things over and over. Repetitive. I can't even think of the word right now. But like in affirmations and this, or write this. It's not that easy. We have to take certain sections of certain things, and especially within our brain, and break it down by section and do it the right way and work through it the right way to get the full clarity that's needed. There's so many different sections of the brain too that need to be worked on and are linked to different things. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. Tanya. So it's not as easy as you think. Okay. Else we'd all be doing it. Oh, if she has the answers, but no. Okay. You don't need to pay for any course. It's not like that. We're able to do this. Okay. But we have to get back to this state of mind before the matrix became a thought and the matrix kicked in, right? With the magnetic fields around us and the type of energy that we're supposed to attract and work with is supposed to like attack like 80% of our brain, and right now it only gets like 50% of our brain. No, 5% of our brain. I know I touched base on this the other day. And our body's like getting 30%. We're not even getting what we really need because of all the other freaking radiation, all the other stuff that's blocking it. But your brain power, your brain energy, while the circuits are, that has to produce more energy than your actual body in order to really have all that stuff that everybody fucking thinks they want. It is, your perspective on it will so change with a different outlook. It's silly. In neuroscience, they all know this. They all know certain things have to be broken down. When they reach new heights in science and they think they've reached this and discovered this, they've already known that. What they've reached is a new type of medication. I don't know how they do their jobs. Those who turn spiritual must quit their job and take a different path. Because it'd be a very frustrating job to have, being very open-minded, mind, body, and soul. But again, they live within humanity. Everybody has a task. Everybody has a job, right? So I give them a lot of credit. But I just know you reach a certain point and they know what's happening and how it's our brains being abused. Like they know So it makes me wonder, like, how corrupt are, like, okay, so I'm not even going to get into all that. I'm just saying, we'll get to that video. I'm going to do it myself. And again, you can even take my own words and create your own video. I'll give you the hurts that you need to listen to. Like, this is stuff that needs to be shared and not kept from us. And, you know, oh, well, it's only $3, but, you know, you got thousands and thousands of followers. So you're actually making thousands and thousands of dollars, and you make it sound like you're doing it out of, you know, generosity of your own fucking soul. No, not when it comes to the tricks of life. Not when it comes to how to reset and get to where you need to be. Like, you shouldn't be charged for that. It's the matrix overpowers, and it's going to for a long time, right? So you kind of got to step into your own empowerment and really stick with some type of routine, regimen, something to get yourself there, right? Definitely worth it. So anywho, I love you guys so much. I'll be back at some point. Okay. So I'll see you guys shortly. Like I said, want to make lunch, give her a gift, that type of stuff. I love you guys. And again, with the rain, if it's raining, go outside. Warm, cold, look outside, listen, open your windows. Like I said, like, you're going to start noticing, like, those gloomy days or like the cloudy days where that you're going to notice your energy has shifted, as if like bringing the storm, but not like I'm on my high horse, or like it's empowering. It's very subtle, where you're going to look back and be like, oh, like the last couple of times it was like rainy or this and that, it was like gloomy. I was always pulled to this. It's a whole bunch of little things in your life. It's almost like a life review is what I'm getting. You're going to start noticing things like that. Very nonchalantly, very subtly. And then you're going to start putting it together and be like, oh, you know, that's nice. So, anywho, I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.